What's up, everybody? It's Monday, August 17th, 2026. Just got off work. Um, yeah. Sometimes I think, what is the fucking point of all of this? What is the fucking point of doing all of this 5 days a week, repeating the cycle, inside of an economy that doesn't allow us to even save money or even profit from our hard work? And I'm not talking about my specific job that I do. I'm talking about just the economy in general. It's absolutely dog shit right now. Everyone knows it. And it's just like, the future looks bleak. And it's like, what's the fuck? Like, I guess I'm trying to figure out the fucking point. Paying high ass rent for a one bedroom apartment. Everything's just fucking expensive. When is the collapse gonna come? Can it just happen already? That's how I feel about it. And what is the fucking point of just continuing this illusion of working just to live? And then you live just to work. I would rather fucking not do that. But what's the alternative look like? What is the alternative? I think there's so many distractions out there. That's what keeps people just continually doing this system that's clearly broken. It's depressing, I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying I'm depressed, but I mean, it's depressing. The system in of itself is very fucking depressing. Especially when you pay all your bills. Like, all my money goes to my bills. I am thankful to have an apartment, a car, a job. I am thankful, but it's just, it's burnout. It's just living for the 2 days you get off every weekend, and that's not enough. Slaving away 5 days for 2 days off, it's not enough. It's just barely enough fucking time for you to recover. And then a lot of people, including myself, you like to have a little fun on the weekend. So when you hit Monday, you're recovering from, I mean, you still feel last week on top of what you did over the weekend. I don't know, man. It's just this seems like a hamster wheel. It's just same shit every fucking day, every week. And we can't even save money. So what? Like, that's literally what people are upset about, and I understand. I completely understand why. What is the fucking point of this fucking bullshit? If the housing, I mean, nothing looks good. No one can afford a house. No, nobody can hardly afford anything. No one can even hardly afford to live. And like, what is the end game of this shit? I'm not a nihilistic or depressing person or a pessimist person at all. I'm more of an optimist than most people. I really am. But it's like, when you're stuck in this cycle that we have to do for some fucking reason, it seems like this is permanent. I know nothing's permanent. Life's not even permanent. But like, what is this for? What are we all doing this for? We make our money from our job and then we hand it right back over to the same fucking people. Landlord or bills, it's just you get your paycheck and you don't even get to have it for long because it's going to your bills. I used to look down on stuff like van life and people living in their cars and shit. And I'm not saying I don't want to do that. That doesn't seem like a very good quality of life. But the more I continue to work hard and the more I work, it's just like the less we're getting. And it's not just me. It's everybody. We're feeling it. If you live in America, we all feel it. We all feel this immense pressure like it's sitting on our chest. Like I don't get a fucking second to breathe. These bills are suffocating. Everything. Everything is just suffocating. Barely have any time to spend any money for yourself because you got to pay all your bills. And then next thing you know, it's Monday, you got to go back to work. And nobody really gets paid enough to only work 3 or 4 days. I'd be absolutely fine with a 4-day work week and 3 days off. That sounds much better. I used to do that actually in 2020 and sometime in 2023 as well. I used to work at CarMax. I can talk about it now because I don't work there anymore. I didn't work for CarMax, but I worked for a detailing company that was like a subcontractor. And man, I would go in there at 7, leave around 4 a.m., sometimes 3, hit 3 cars a night, 4 days a week, 4 nights a week, and then I would get off early Friday morning, sleep for a little bit, wake up around 12, 1 or 2 p.m. And then that's a 3-day fucking weekend. I wouldn't have to be back there until Monday at 7 p.m. So it was like a whole 3-day weekend. It was beautiful. And I was able to function off that because the week moved by quicker because it was only 4 days. There's just something. I've always had a problem ever since I started working at 18 years old. And I'm 31 now. I've always just had a fucking problem with 5 days, 8 or 9 hours a day. It tolls on your body and your mental, especially when you know the system's falling and failing right in front of us. How do you really just be okay with that? I don't understand. I mean, I know a lot of people they feel the same way I do, but it just seems like there's some people that just do they not care to find out like everything's failing. This shit's gonna crash. None of this is sustainable. None of it. You go to the grocery store, everything's like fucking triple what it used to be. And it just gets to a point, man, where it's not about giving up. I will never give up, but it gets to a point where it's just so frustrating to deal with. You can't even, it's not even like you can take a day off because if you have bills and you pay all your bills like myself, then like you take a day off, that one day, you're you're missing a good chunk of money out of your paycheck for that one day. If I could afford it, I would only work 3, 4 days a week. But who has the luxury of doing that? I mean, I know there are people out there that do, but it's getting very fucking frustrating. And then you catch up on bills, and that's when some other bullshit happens. Car issue or something in your apartment, or just something. Some bullshit. And you got to spend that money that you had saved up, and then you're back to square one. It's like catching up. There, and I truly believe this is all done on purpose. Because the fact that people can't catch up, I mean, that's done on purpose because it shouldn't be this way. And everyone knows it should not be this way. This is a very fucked economy with horrible shit leaders. I don't even want to call them leaders because they're not. Just a big, disgusting family bloodline. They all control everything. They print the fucking money and then they watch us burn. They watch us slave away for nothing. Just one big fucking game that I don't want to play and nobody wants to play. But I'm never going to give up. You got to keep going. Some days you just have bad days. Some days are just off days. I know I'll feel better tomorrow. And then, I start getting really happy at work and just in general in life when it's like, let's say Wednesday night going into Thursday night, especially Friday morning. Friday morning, it's like, yeah, finish today, get to come home and chill. And then the dread on Sunday night, oh man, that's the worst. But at least we got Monday out the way. I don't know if you guys are feeling this way too, but I just feel suffocated financially, and it fucking sucks. And I know it could be worse, and I'm not complaining to complain. I'm just saying this is a real problem, not just myself, but a lot of people are having. But I think that's going to wrap up the video for tonight, guys. Good to see you guys here back on Monday. Please like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to. Help the channel. And leave a comment on any suggestions or comments that you have on this topic. So have a great night, guys. Love you. Peace out. See you tomorrow night for Tuesday night's video.